Hey, J-Bros checking in here. Yeah, shoot. I got done with a long weekend. Had a fantasy football draft yesterday. That went super well. It was a ton of fun, but now back to the grind. I forgot what kind of mess we left ourselves. Yeah, so basically where we left off, we were messing with that floor and stuff. Well, we had gotten that floor all tore up, and we started into the demo, so we threw a tarp down so before one gets so dirty and it's easier to pick up this insulation crap. One thing we're waiting on right now is I've got a gas range line here that I'm waiting for the HVAC guy to disconnect that, because it was gas range and gas hot water heater, and we're going to go ahead and disconnect that and move to electric just for easier replacement down the road, for myself, being this is just a rental home. And yeah, so basically like I said, the floor's all ripped up, and I was able to get this super flat, if I didn't already mention that. Got the nice hatch under here. I'll get a video of that and how nice that turned out. I got the whole crawl space cleaned out, and got a dehumidifier running down there. And then yeah, this is kind of the room I was telling you about that I was just dying to get my nice stuff out of here. I threw up some Tyvek to block some of the dust, and this is just where the door needs to get popped in, and I've got the door. It just needs to get done. It was raining so darn much last week, but this is kind of my chaotic dust room. I put up a temporary light there. But yeah, that's kind of what that looks like. So yeah, it's coming along. It looks worse than it actually is, because we're going to spend the time, cut down these boards, get this hauled away, so a trip to the landfill. Once this is hauled out and gone, main thing is we got to get this room demoed out and tore out and hauled away. And hopefully by then the gas line's disconnected and we can get the subfloor secured down. But yeah, we got our work cut out for us today. At least it's no thinking. It's just more or less doing. Yeah, please like, subscribe, comment down below. J-Bros out. Another interesting follow-up here at the porch. So as I left off, I got the subfloor basically put back in here. Well, I knew I had to scrape off this plaster off the ceiling. Well, what I didn't know, this is kind of a newer addition versus the rest of the house. And so they had some new plaster up there. I could not scrape that stuff off. I think I spent like 15 minutes to 30 minutes in like a 2x3 foot area. I'm like, the heck with this. And then also added to that, I noticed these rafters up here. Somebody that absolutely did not know what they were doing put these rafter supports in. So I said the heck with it, and I took down all the insulation, which obviously creates this mess. I've got already a truck and trailer load gone, so probably one, maybe two more loads there. I'll have that done, and then basically we'll have to tackle on basically headering out board from that side to kind of this double header here, and get these middle of these rafters up, because I'm here talking these 2x4 must be spanning about 9 feet. That's really not ideal, especially when you have just a single board like these going up. So I used to build trusses back in the day. So what I got to do is get this raised up. I'll cut out that middle post. I'll put, being I have all that free 2x6 stuff out there, I'll put a 2x6 column up the middle, and then basically a web here to there, and that will just basically pull it together so it's not so springy. And then probably on the kick out web, one web that comes down over here. But I'll estimate that when I get to that point. Right now it's just cleaning this disaster up. But that's kind of where we're at. It's kind of like over with this project. It's one of those gigs where you take a couple of steps forward, all of a sudden you take 4 steps back. But that's just the nature of of these older homes, if you want to get them right, you know, you just sometimes you just gotta do the crappy work, and you know, to cover up the stuff you discover is just a bad idea, because I want these homes to be as new can be, and I want them to be here for another 100 some years from now. But yeah, that's where we're at on this operation. Little setback, but you know, another day probably of cleanup, and we'll be back on track with hopefully getting the electrician in here, and yeah, next step. But please like, subscribe, comment down below. J Bros out.